And there we go. We have my chef table outfit for the night. I'm so excited. Yes, that is a closed-toe shoe. There is a rule for chef's table since you're going through the galley that you have to wear a closed-toe shoe. So there it is, but it's a pretty good match. It'll work. They're comfy. They'll last the night. All right, so let's go downstairs. Meet up in about 10 minutes. So it's time to go. Let's see how this is. Hey there. So I wanted to do a whole separate video on the chef's table experience because I was able to get a lot of footage of the chef talking about all of the dishes. This was the chef's table on the Carnival Sunrise in September of 2025, but it seems that the chefs have more freedom to vary their menus than they used to have for this event, so this may end up being a totally different meal than you experience if you give this a try. But I do think that the four amuse bouches would be the same on all of the ships. This is an 8-course tasting menu for $124 per person, plus tax and tip at the end of the meal, as of September 2025. And it also includes wine for the duration of the evening and a short galley tour, and also a demonstration in the galley. Now, I'll let our chef take over from here.
7-course menu. So first we start the 4 appetizer. Then second we have inside the galley, that is the chocolate melting cake demo inside the galley. And once we come back here, we start the main course and the final desserts. So first appetizer we are serving on your table, this is the tuna crudo. Basically it's a tuna mixture and crudo made with flour, egg and sugar. So how we make it, basically we use the tuna loin, we marinate one day before with the lemon, lime, orange and sea salt crushed pepper. And then just we shred the meat and we add little bit touch of olive oil and crushed pepper, and then we stuff inside. Now you see on top of that, this is the meat of tuna slice. So just we add on top little bit olive oil, sea salt, and if you see that black one, small one, this is the homemade balsamic caviar, and the white one, this is the lemon yogurt cream. So go ahead and enjoy your first appetizer.
This was really similar to like a poke or a sushi flavor. It was super light bite with a little pop of spice at the end, and it tasted so fresh, and it was not at all fishy.
We give the concept like cigar, but this is the name of the dish. This is a duck cigar. So basically it's a mixture of duck and wrap with the wrapper. So now just let me explain first. If you see the bottom on the side, the small ramekin, this is the mushroom ash. The red, this is the red crumble strawberry. Inside we have the duck meat. That how we make it. We take the whole duck, then we roast with rosemary, cinnamon, garlic and oil, 160 Fahrenheit for 45 minutes. Once we roast, we take out from the oven, we keep in the room temperature for at least 20 to 25 minutes to observe all the marination, and then after that we shred the meat. Once we shred the meat, we just cook again little bit, touch of olive oil, fig, mushroom and little bit sweet sourness, and we add some seasoning, little bit sea salt and crushed pepper, and then we stuff it, and then after that we wrap. So that's why we call duck cigar. So go ahead and enjoy it. Very soft and tender meat, and I hope you enjoyed it.
This dish was a little sweet, it was a little smoky, and it was just a really great flavor, but the meat itself was so shredded that it was almost a paste, so it may be a texture issue for some. It was super creative plating, though. This was also served out of order compared to the menu, so I think it actually, it had to be remade because one of the guests on our seating was over 20 minutes late, and they waited to start for them to arrive, so I think that it may have been at like not optimal quality, and they remade it, and so they serve things out of order for us.
It's avocado pop along with raspberry and yogurt and avocado gel. So just let me explain. Inside the spoon we have this liquid, that is the raspberry and yogurt cream. On top of that it's a fresh avocado mixed with little bit olive oil, sea salt and crushed pepper and dice of avocado, and then once we make the mixture, we make the round shape like you can see, that is the round shape, and we fried it. And we are using the olive oil for the frying. Now you see on top of that, this is the fresh avocado gel and fresh herbs sherbet. So go ahead and enjoy your avocado pork.
Thank you.
The only way to describe this is that it is the best jalapeno popper you have ever eaten, but with no jalapenos. It was just a single bite, and I think this actually had the most surprised reactions around the table because it sounded very unique, but it actually ended up tasting just so familiar.
This is the lamb and sea scallop. So basically it's a double cooked lamb along with sea scallop and beetroot froth. So just open it and then I explain one more time. Now you see, if you see the bottom, the white part, this is the sea scallop. Basically we just saute with the olive oil, sea salt and crushed pepper and little bit chopped parsley. On top of that we have the double cooked lamb. Basically we cook the twice lamb. One is 180 Fahrenheit for 45 minutes. Second 220 Fahrenheit for 7 minutes. That's why we call it double cooked lamb. Once we cook, we cut the small pieces of round and then we coat it with little bit flour and sea salt and then we fried it. Now you see on top of that the froth that is made with beetroot. So we use the fresh beetroot, we boiled it, we whisk nicely and we get the froth and we put on top of the lamb. So lamb is very tender and juicy. Inside we have the rosemary flavor, little with crushed pepper and red wine flavor. So go ahead and enjoy.
This one was another single bite, but it was not easy to eat in one bite. It was a really large bite. The scallop was super buttery and it was perfectly cooked and it really balanced out the slight gaminess of the lamb. These were served under smoke and the smoke just filled the room and the aroma totally enhanced the entire experience.
Okay, once again, good evening, coming here, everybody. So, I'm going to be showing the warm melting chocolate cake. You just have a look how to preparation and method, everything. Later on, your chef is going to give you a recipe. That recipe is good enough for portion, very small quantity recipe. You can go with the, if you want to more count, you can go times 2 or 3 times and then make a recipe. Then you keep it at that melting chocolate cake with the cup and store it in the drawer on fridge. Okay? Then it can hold in 3 to 4 days. Okay? Temperature is below 40 temperature must be in the melting chocolate cake. Okay? When you want to need 1 or 2 cups, you take it out from your fridge and you keep it for another 20 minutes to defrosting. Then you can start in baking process. Okay? So we will start it now. This is a fresh egg. Okay? Just if you have a backbone hand beater, still you can use the hand beater. Number 1 is big. Okay? This is a granulated sugar. Whatever these all ingredients I am going to be add here. Okay? Okay, now add in the flour.
Going on the menu at the house. I think I'm gonna take to the break, so this one on the menu. My son loves chocolate cake.
Oh yeah.
I know, right?
Then I am going to be making this chocolate and butter. Going to be make a together dilute like a chocolate banana. It has to go in the double boiler. This is our bain marie I am making. Okay. So what you do in this chocolate and butter never ever melt with an open flame. Okay. It has to go in the double boil. Okay. You protect burn in the chocolate very fast burning and butter also very fast burning away from that. Okay. Always this chocolate, we need to keep it temperature. because why you know? If your chocolate no temperature, then it's going to be cold. Okay? See now ready mixer, ready for the baking.
Smell it every time.
Okay, slightly close it. Okay, baking instruction. 390 Fahrenheit baking temperature and time 14 minutes with the double boiler baking. Okay, this processor starting end, we always balance with the double boiler because of temperature. Okay, now this is the final product. This same mixture, we put the any baking dish and put in the center and put in the tray, cup of the water, no matter hot or cold water, put in the water, then you insert in the tray inside the oven, then oven is starting boil it is water. By water boil it, then balance in the side of the cup temperature. Then exactly within 14 minutes you take it out from the oven, your product like this. Center similar chocolate lava. And the side already cooked. Okay? That's why we are saying warm melting chocolate cake. Should be the center is the size of honey. Okay? So my concern is this very good for combination with the butter pecan ice cream. And a very good tasty everything. You can enjoy it here. Even though this, if you want to go with this one, some different flavor, if you like any alcohol, the chocolate always best alcohol is Grand Marnier liquor and Irish cream. Okay? Before you bake it, you little bit inject in the Irish cream or Grand Marnier liquor in the center of the, inside the cup. Then you bake it, you take it out, you can really enjoy. If you doesn't like this alcohol, if you doesn't like to use alcohol, you can go through in the fruit puree, raspberry, blueberry, blackberry, strawberry. You make a puree and inject inside, then you can bake, you can enjoy it. Okay? So, any question?
No.
You are going to be trying the back home? Yes. Try in the back home. This is a very good dessert. You can give any visitors come to your home. You can offer this one very delicious dessert. The Carnival is the best signature in the warm melting chocolate cake. You know how much warm melting chocolate cake we have to use this amount, the 4,000 melting chocolate cake. The person is the one person who started baking there. Okay, we are loaded in the one time almost 150 cups melting chocolate. We know consumption how much going in the both dining room. So the person know exactly that even then we make it within 14 minutes, which directly go to from oven to your table. We will not standing in the outside anywhere in the, until waiters come and pick it up. No. In the oven to directly go to waiter's hand, it come to your table. Usually challenges going. The person is standing doing this. Preparation doing night shift. Night shift guy what you doing? Only one person doing this. There is a 4,000 cups we put in around the whole area. Then he started filling this mixer. We make it, we should make it this mixer. You know how much make it, this chocolate we have to use? 650 pounds. How much fresh egg we have to use? 900 fresh egg. This is a huge ball. Big machine there now, that machine to use in this one. And 25 pounds is the sugar. Okay, so calculation is going, and the way we are doing. Okay, I hope you are going to be trying the back home. Try in the back home, sure. Try in the back home. Give your visitors to this, offer this dessert. They are very happy. Okay, thank you very much for being here. I am very happy. Thank you.
Spread along with the smoked honey butter. So just let me explain first. If you see the small ramekin inside, we have the smoked honey butter. So we use the white butter, we spread on the tray, we add some honey, and then we smoke with the apple root, and then after that we wrap it. Once we wrap, we just keep in the room temperature for 5 to 7 minutes, and after that we in the blast. Then after that we take out, and before we serve, 15 minutes before we take out outside from the chiller. Now you see this bread, that is the homemade bread. That's how we make. We use the equal quantity of butter and flour, sugar, yeast, and little bit sea salt. And then we just bake around 180 Fahrenheit for 4.5 minutes. And now you see, once we bake out, we take out, and then after that you see the golden color. That's we just spray again with the honey and butter on top of that, and little bit sea salt on top. So before you grab it, you just take out the bread in your hand and just spread all the butter on top of it. Then you can enjoy it. So go ahead. This is the main course first. This is a lobster whisk. Basically, it's a lobster consomme along with the lobster ravioli, served with steamed lobster and saffron cream sauce. Now just let me explain first the small bowl. This is inside we have the lobster jelly along with my chef. So this is the fresh consomme that's coming from the lobster and eggshell. Inside we have the lobster meat and fresh vegetable. So before you start, you just stir nicely and then you can enjoy it. Second, if you come in the plates, the black side, this is the squid ink. Second the side, this is the white cheese mash. In the center, that is the lobster ravioli. On top of that, we have the steamed lobster and served with saffron cream sauce. So go ahead and enjoy your lobster ravioli.
This broth was the lightest, most pure lobster flavor. It wasn't at all fishy. The vegetables were raw, so the texture gave just a really nice contrast from the broth. Everybody in the room loved this. People were literally picking up the bowl and drinking from it. Mine was also slightly different from everyone's because of an allergy, but they were really incredible about making sure that everyone had allergy-safe meals. I had different versions of a few dishes that were brought out before everyone else's, and I never felt any concern about cross-contamination. They also confirmed my allergy multiple times before the dinner, and I felt really safe. The lobster ravioli was really tender, and you could tell it was handmade. Each of the smears had a different subtle flavor to it, but the ravioli was the standout. There were a few people at the table who weren't fans of lobster, but they said that they really loved this dish too. It was very accessible.
So this is our crab and grape salad along with salmon, yogurt and beet, along with beef carpaccio and pillow dough. And just open it and then I explain one more time. So this is how we smoke the all inside, and that's we use for smoking as a apple wood. Now just let me explain the center part first. If you come in the center, the bottom we have the biscuit crumble. That's we use the biscuit and we make the crumble. On top of that, the quenelle, the white one. This is the salmon yogurt cream. So inside we have the salmon stuff. On top of that, that is the beet glaze. Basically it's a beetroot and we just deglaze. Now you come on the grape side. This grapes, on top of that the sliced grapes, and on top we have the black caviar, and the white one is the lemon yogurt. Inside we have the crab mixture. So we use basically the crab meat, claw meat, we mix together with the mayo, cream and celery and little bit touch of onion flavor, and then we make the mixture. And then we use the scoop and cover with grapes. So that's why we call crab and grape mixture. Third one that come this side, the red meat side. The bottom we have the cheese mash. On top of that we have the pillow dough. You know pillow dough, why we said pillow dough? The pillow, when we sleep we use pillow, yes? So that's how we give the base for pillow, like potato pillow. On top we just slice the beef carpaccio, that is the thin slice of beef. On top of that the white one, this is the yogurt cream. Another we have the avocado gel, the small dot, and in between we have the balsamic caviar. So go ahead and enjoy it.
Thank you.
So the next dish was actually a trio of little small dishes, and the first one on the left was a crab and grape salad, and this is really weird, but it actually reminded me of like the most elevated Midwestern tuna salad where they add grapes to it or other fruit. So I really loved this, It was super nostalgic for me, but I know that that's kind of a divisive flavor. The middle one was the salmon, and this was surprisingly sweet. It tasted like a dessert because there were like these cookie crumbles underneath the mousse, and there was absolutely no fish flavor to it at all. It was super surprising. And then the furthest right was the beef carpaccio, and it was super light, beautifully tender, and the filo underneath it was just so crispy and gave it an incredible texture contrast.
On a table, this is a Dover sole along with the rosa clam and purple potato bun. So just let me explain first the rosa clam. This is a small plates on top of that. Rosa clam, basically it's a ceviche. Instead of the fish, we use the clam meat. Instead of the lemon, we use passion fruit caviar, small. If you see the pink color, that is the, instead of lemon, we use passion fruit caviar. The rest of the peppers is the same, only seasoning little bit salt and pepper. So that's why we call rosa clam. Now you come on the center plates. This is the Dover sole fillet. That's the whole fillet. We just take out the small fillet inside and we just seal it with lemon, salt, pepper and little bit togarashi powder inside. On the side we have the baby beet carrot just tossed with olive oil and crushed pepper. On the side, this is the purple potato bun. So basically we use the purple potato, we boil, we add some flour inside, egg, sugar and sea salt, and we stuff blue cheese inside. So that's why we call purple potato bun cheese. So go ahead and enjoy.
This one was like a little duo, and the razor clam was like a little fish taco with like the tiniest touch of sweetness from the passion fruit pearls. I honestly barely even tasted the clam in this one. And then the Dover sole was so simple. It was just lemon and salt and pepper, and the fish flavor did shine through. There was a little kind of potato bun next to it, and it was basically like a potato roll filled with provolone and blue cheese, and those really strong flavors actually worked super well with the simplicity of the fish.
Watch the card. I'll place it back into the middle. I'll show you it's not on top. If I rub this, it changes. Wow. I know. If I rub the denim parts, watch. If you press it hard, look, it looks like it disappeared, right?
Yeah.
Because it did. Wow. I know. Wait, before I do anything else, the two in the back, what is your relationship with each other?
Husband and wife.
Perfect. I have something special for them later, okay? I was really hoping to do something. Hi! Tanya. Big one. Show it to everyone. They'll never see it, okay? What's your card back here? You know, see, nobody actually knows this. Like, not a lot of people will get this reference, but I am a big gamer until now. Actually, I'm a big gamer. And back in the day when I was in high school, there's a game called Red Alert. You guys know that game? Right? I know. There's a game called Red Alert. Basically, it's like a military game, and there's a character there called Tuna. And if she enters a building, that building will explode. It's awesome! It's awesome! When I snap, Tanya. I know this is yours. Yeah. Wow. Sorry. Tanya, your card is a red card, right? See. Showing. Here. I'm in the Jack of Diamonds. Oh no, not this. It's yours. Yours already there.
Wow. What? No.
Wow.
Okay, serving the next meal, that is the venison hickory, and this is we smoke. You can see how we smoke it around 5 to 7 minutes with rosemary and cinnamon stick.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That all smoke goes inside,
Oh,
and then meat like medium to medium rare, and on top of that the sauce is red wine sauce. That is exact chocolate sauce. On top of the dot, that is the beetroot froth. In the center, we have the venison hickory, that is medium to medium rare. The yellow part, that is the butternut scotch mash. On top of that, wheat curl. Now you see, this is the katapi. Basically, it's a Yukon Gold potato crisp. Inside, we have the cheese mash. On top of that, we have the Parmesan shave. So go ahead and enjoy your venison.
This was my first time eating venison, but it was the perfect medium cook on the meat and it was super, super tender. And then the cheese katafi on the side was shredded and fried potato strands, and it was filled with like these cheesy mashed potatoes, and it was just the best comfort food with the most amazing crunch from the katafi.
Braised wagyu, that's a very soft and tender meat. So this is the reason we are serving. This is the sorbet. That is the three mixture inside. One is the cucumber, second is the raspberry, and third one is the chocolate. And the fourth one, we just add extra, that is the white crumble. So you see that one, that is the chocolate crumble. So you, all of you stir nicely, sorbet, and then you enjoy this.
It's too pretty.
For the sorbet, we were told to mix this up so that all the flavors were in every bite that you got. There were little bits of cucumber in it that had been frozen with dry ice and just gave it the most incredible texture. It was really sweet, but it was a really, really nice palate cleanser after the heaviness of the venison and then getting into our next course.
Finally, we reach our main course, yes?
Yes.
So this is the braised beef wagyu, and it's very tender, soft, and it's melt in your mouth. I give you 100% guarantee, you don't need to use knife. It's melt in your mouth. That's how we cook, and this is how our method to cook this braised beef wagyu. So that's almost 6.5 hours and 180 Fahrenheit. And we are using 10 liters red wine to deglaze this beef. And first we roast the beef along with the rosemary, garlic and oil. And then again we deglaze with the red wine. And then the third process, only once we cook everything, finally we again cook with the red wine sauce. So that's the reason meat is very tender, soft, and it's melted. On the side we have the red wine sauce. If you want to like, or if you don't like, because already in the sauce. So if you feel this is dry, so you can use the sauce. Otherwise, you go ahead the same.
Thank you.
So I hope you enjoy the entire meal. Thank you so much.
This was so tender. It just melted right in your mouth. You did not need a knife with it in any way. You could just pull it apart. And the red wine braise on it was perfectly seasoned, and it wasn't overly earthy like you can sometimes get with red wine sauces. And they did serve extra OG on the side, but it absolutely did not need it.
The first, this one is the chocolate and lemon mousse along with the blueberry sauce. Just have a look how my chef poured the sauce on top of the chocolate and the melt chocolate, you know, this within seconds. So then you can enjoy it more. So go ahead and enjoy it.
Thank you.
And now we finally got to our desserts. So this one was actually too sweet for me. I'm not the biggest fan of sweet things. Things tend to be a little bit too sweet for me in general. But the chocolate was rich and it was intense. And there was this blueberry sauce that was tart. And it just really balanced the richness really well. This is also the point where I started to be just really too full. These might be 8 small courses, but there is still so much food throughout the meal.
One bite dessert, it's a raspberry cheesecake. And I hope you can enjoy with the one bite.
Okay.
So I cannot ask again to we have one more.
Yeah,
Yes.
one more.
Yes, sure.
Well, so
One more.
again, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
To enjoy
Thank you.
Thank you
all the entire
so
meal
very much.
with my team. And please don't hesitate any question.
Wonderful.
I'm here till you have still 2 more days, 3 more days. So any question related for the food, my number is 32193. You can ask to hostess or Methody, and I will be there.
Thank
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we are at the last course, and thankfully the last course was just a single bite cheesecake because I could not have had any more than one bite of this. This had to be part ricotta or some other kind of cheese. It was not pure cream cheese because it was so incredibly light, but it had a raspberry coating on it, which was really tart, and it really needed to give it some flavor variety, but it was not at all too sweet. I actually really loved this, and this was definitely my favorite of the 2 desserts. Okay, so I just got back from the chef's table, and I can honestly say that that is the best meal that I have had on any cruise ship ever. That includes Virgin Voyages, Carnival, Princess, Disney Cruise Line. The best meal. It was a 2.5-hour experience. The chef was speaking to us the entire time. There were like 15 people there, and it was in its own separate room. They talked us through every single thing that they put in front of us. There were 8 courses, 4 amuse-bouches. They walked us through the galley. It was such an incredible experience. Like, I cannot even begin to talk about it. They said they worked for 19 hours for that meal alone. And there were people at that experience that said that they've done multiple shelf table experiences and was different from all of the ones that they've ever done before. That the only things that were the same were the amuse-bouches. That the entire menu was brand new. There were people there that professed to be picky eaters, and they ate every single thing on their plate. It was all prepared so well, so perfectly. I'm at a loss for words. It's so good. Like, so good. If it's something that you can do, absolutely make it in your plan. I can't say enough good stuff about it. We had wagyu beef that was just the most tender, beautiful, melt in your mouth wagyu beef short rib. There was no knife needed, completely fell apart, melted in your mouth. The flavor was incredible. We had so many things that, even as a foodie, I have never even tried before. And the preparation was perfect. And I even enjoyed the magician. I'm usually somebody that, like, I'm not into magic. I'm not into sleight of hand. I'm not into all of that stuff. I think it's a little bit cheesy whenever I see it. But he was really fun, and he did some really cool tricks. And it was so good. So good. That's all I got. So good. So, I mean, I'm done. I can't.